Good afternoon. I hope I caught you at a good time. Do you have a moment for me to give you some Bible this afternoon? The title of today's message is The Pride of Boasting Can End in Certain Death. And we're looking at Haman and Mordecai, right? And the reason Haman and Mordecai are into it because Mordecai didn't want to bow down to Haman, right? So Haman plotted and told the king that he was going to get all the Jews' money and give it to him to strengthen his kingdom, basically. And king was like, cool. So they went along with the plan, made a decree for it, right? So we in chapter 5, and it says here in verse 11, then Haman told them of his great riches, the multitude of his children, and everything of which the king had promoted him, and how he had advanced him above the officials and the servants of the king. That's like us. When God is blessing us with something new, right? When he's doing a new work in our lives, we go out and we run our mouths, right? We go and tell the world, we go and tell social media, we go and tell our peers, we go and tell our family, and we just bragging. We think it's just bragging. We boasting, we giving the glory to us. We not thinking we giving the glory to us, but that's basically what we're doing. You're giving the glory to us instead of giving the glory to the one who provided the way out of no way. So we turn to 7, right? In verse 10, it says, so they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then the king's wrath was decided. Well, the king was angry because Haman lied to the king. Haman was over there boasting and telling everybody how great the king had promoted him and how almighty he was. But the reason he was promoted was because he had plotted with the king to get the money from the Jews to strengthen his kingdom. But the real reason Haman wanted the Jews killed was because him and Mordecai had beef. So Haman went and prepared a gallows for Mordecai, right? But instead of it being for Mordecai, it ended in his death, right? So we can learn from that, because when we get something new from the Lord and we go run our mouths, if we don't give God the glory, it can end in our death. Not maybe physically, but it might be spiritually. What happens when you go tell everybody about that new relationship, and then a weekend, something or someone does something that the other person doesn't like? Well, now you're left with this feeling of disappointment, and it could end in a death of the relationship, right? So if I don't want you to get hurt, I want you to close your mouth. With that being said, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day.